Cycling through the coming Arctic blast, our top 10 tips for winter riding. Cycling through winter can seem like a daunting idea, even for those who have ridden in the colder months many times before. Although we'd admit that it's hard to beat cruising around in the summer with short sleeves and sunglasses, there is still a lot of enjoyment to be had from winter riding, let alone the benefits of keeping your legs turning, and a bit of very fresh air. Here we outline 6 key points to consider when facing a winter of cycling. Number 1. Clothing. The most obvious and arguably important factor in winter weather riding is, of course, clothing. The right winterproof, thermal and waterproof gear can keep you dry and warm on rides, so that you barely notice how cold it is. A full set of the best winter cycling clothing can at first seem like a large expense, but choosing carefully and layering up can give you a range of clothing to suit a range of temperatures. There is a temptation to throw on thick fleeces and waterproofs to stave off the cold, but you also have to consider that they will make you sweat, even when the temperature is nudging zero. Sweat can accumulate under your clothes to make you feel wet, cold and clammy. If you're a woman cycling, please remember to choose female-specific clothing, as that for other clothing may not have the correct fit for your position when riding, or the correct properties to keep you moisture-free. Not sure whether you have enough clothes on or too many? Then go outside before your ride and see how it feels. Remember that the effort on riding will warm you up a bit. Among the best sunglasses for cycling are clear or lightly tinted models, which are a good idea to keep spray and grit out of your eyes. Number 2. Food and drink. Eating enough before and during a ride is as important in winter as it is at any other time of year. Be aware that some of even the best energy bars for cycling can become very hard during low temperatures. So either keep them somewhere warm, as a jersey bag, pocket, or opt for a softer product, such as the best energy gels. Keep drinking regularly too. It may not be obvious that you are sweating under all that clothing, but fluid loss happens when cycling at any temperature. If the temperature is really cold, then mix your drink with hot or warm water to stave off the chilling effect, at least for a while. Of course, a cafe stop is even more essential during winter, giving you a chance to have a hot drink of coffee for a caffeine boost and a large slice of cake. Make sure you stay warm and don't cool off too much when you are stopped. Number 3. Lights. We're seeing more and more riders using lights all year round in daylight as a way of highlighting their presence to other road users. In winter, this is arguably more important, as it can get very gloomy on overcast winter days when the sun is at its weakest. Small, light and very bright rechargeable LED lights can be commonly found, and among the best bike lights, there are many quality options that won't break the bank. Number 4. Fenders mudguards. Anyone who goes cycling on a group ride knows that fenders mudguards are a must in the winter. The spray and grunge kicked up as you ride along can land directly into your face, water bottle, up your back, and soak your backside. In a highly uncomfortable way, the best bike fenders mudguards, whether that's a mounted or clip-on design, will help you avoid this for benefit of yourself and your riding buddies. Anyone who has ever tried to ride directly behind someone who doesn't have fenders or mudguards in the wet will know exactly how much water is sprayed up by a rotating bike tire. Number 5. Maintenance. You should keep your bike in tip-top condition at all times. Of course, but in winter you will need to pay particular attention to moving parts, such as your chain, gears, cables, hubs and bottom bracket. Give your bike a regular look over and try and wash off the accumulated grime regularly. Check for wear on rims and brake blocks, as wet weather can be particularly harsh on these areas. Keep your chain oiled regularly and make sure that your cables are in good shape. Salty water off gritted roads can play havoc with components, and water getting into exposed cables can cause havoc with shifting. By keeping on top of your bike's maintenance, you can minimize the number of mechanical mishaps you may have when out riding. The last thing you want is to find yourself stranded at the side of a very cold road. Number 6. Be prepared. You may have specific requirements for the ride you are going on. Make sure you plan a sensible route to match the predicted weather forecast. Take a charged phone with you, some money in case of emergencies, and take heed of the advice listed above. Think of the worst possibility and be prepared within reason. We don't recommend towing a work stand or oil-filled radiator around you. If all else fails, stay in and get on the Turbo Trainer. Thanks for your watching. If you have interest in cycling information and tips, please follow the Gel & You official channel.